Hey, this is Shelley and I'm going to show you how I'm making this gluten-free artisan bread, which is actually the first time I'm making this recipe. So let's get started. So I'm going to turn these ingredients into this beautiful loaf. So push start. It says 80 grams of almonds. There's my scales in there. Push next, put the lid on. Next. And it's going to grind them up for 1 minute. Okay, so that is made this amazing ground almonds, basically almond flour. Just as an aside, if you keep going, you can make almond butter, which is amazing too. So, let's scrape down the sides. So add 2 teaspoons of yeast. 400 grams of gluten-free flour. Now there is a gluten-free flour recipe in the Thermomix. I've pre-mixed this. Basically it's rice, flour, potato and tapioca. 60 grams of olive oil. Pour that in. See, my scales are up here, so that's just measuring as I pour. So these scales go down to the 1 gram increment, so you can get super accurate. And I've put 61 mils in. 300 grams of sparkling water. There we go. 2 large eggs, which are pre-cracked because I cannot crack with my gammy hand. A tablespoon of sugar. I've actually pre-mixed these. A tablespoon of sugar. A tablespoon of xanthan gum, 1.5 teaspoons of gluten-free baking powder and a teaspoon of salt. So add that. Put the lid on. And that is going to knead for 5 minutes. So amazing, you don't have to sit there and knead, so even people with broken arms can make beautiful bread. Okay, so now that's done, and I'd like to say I've got these little fairies that clean up. One thing I love about the Thermomix is that while it is doing its thing, I get time to clean up and, you know, go make a cup of tea, etc. So, or a glass of wine, depending on what time of the day it is. So it says tip it out onto your prepared tray. Now this is my Thermo mat, which is a silicone mat. It's amazing for putting breads on and things like that. So I might give it a little dusting with some flour first. And then I'm going to tip out, actually I'll show you first. So it's cool, that's all nice and kneaded. I'm going to twist that so it falls out. Hopefully it all falls out. Alright, so just make that smooth, might put a bit more flour on there. So what we're going to do now is let that rise. So I'm going to wrap that up and come back when it's doubled in size. Alright, so there's an hour and it's beautifully risen now. So I'm going to brush it with the egg, put some sesame seeds on it, and I will cook it for around 45 minutes and I'll show you after that. And here we have the final product, beautiful gluten-free artisan bread.